Welcome to Studio One Saturdays, where every single Saturday I show you a really cool feature inside of Studio One. So today I want to show you how you can turn audio into MIDI inside of Studio One. And there's two ways to do this, and both of them are super handy. So here inside of Studio One, I have a little track that sounds like this. Then I have this bass. Now I want to turn that bass into MIDI and then use the MIDI to have other bass layers on top of it. Now I could just write it out, but there's a quicker way to do that. So inside of Studio One, you just open Melodyne. The way I do it is Control and M. If you change your key commands, then it'll be a bit different for you. And then once you open Melodyne, it'll show all the notes here. Now we can just come up and create a new track. I'm just going to call this Serum for now. And then I'm going to drag and drop this audio directly onto that instrument track. And there we are. It writes out all the MIDI, and it even found the transients where I was picking on the bass, and it wrote those in. It was amazing. So now let's throw a bit of Serum on here. Now there is another way to do this as well, and you can actually do it with chords. So there's this little loop up here that sounds like this. And I want to know what the chords are inside of that loop. Instead of sitting down and playing that on a guitar or piano or whatever, trying to figure out what the chords are, there's a really quick way to do that inside of Studio One. If you come up here to the little hamburger icon and go down to the chords section, now you can literally drag and drop that audio directly up here. Now it writes out all of the chords. Now that's really neat, so that way you know what the chords are, but it goes a step further. I can come down here and I can drag and drop these chords directly onto the region and it writes them out for me. It is that easy. Now I can just find a really nice patch inside of Serum, press play. And so it's doing a really good job at detecting the chords and even where they're at, and that's a really hard thing to do with that like warbly kind of sound that it's dealing with. So there are a couple spots I need to tighten up a little bit, like right here, but I can just select all the notes and drag them over. Yeah, and that's it. It's really handy. Now, this is the first episode in the Studio One Saturday series. If you liked it, let me know in the comments below if I should keep this going. If you like it, I'll keep doing it. If you don't, I'll stop it. Now, I have an entire playlist of Studio One tutorials that aren't part of the Studio One Saturday short series, and all of those videos are in this playlist here that you can watch right now. Just click that, and you can go right over to that playlist and know everything that I know about Studio One, or at least as many videos as I've been able to record on Studio One thus far. Click that playlist there. I know you're going to enjoy it. Now, as always, go create.